Move! Get out the way! Get out the way, big! Get out the way! What's up, my dudes? Monster Girl craziness at the last Supercross round. This just has to be talked about. The last time I remember seeing somebody walking on the track, like when a rider is actually going on the track, would have been like James Stewart outdoors. Y'all boys probably remember that back there, like, what was that, 2011, 12, some shit like that. That was the last time I can really remember that happening in actual pro Supercross or motocross. But we get here to the 450 main event of Birmingham, okay? They all take off, right? You got Jetty Lawrence out front. You got Cooper Webb in second. Webb's like kind of close to Jett. And they come around about to jump back over the finish line. All of a sudden, heaven forbid the guys have to worry about ruts and other riders on the track and rain and wet track and all this, red flags. Now you got to worry about monster girls being on the track. Holy shit, bro. So they come around. I mean, I'm just like, what the hell was that girl doing? What the hell was she doing? I will never in my life understand anybody that ever crosses a racetrack. Hell, talking about a racetrack that, you know that they're racing on. You just heard them take off. You're the 30-second card girl, I'm pretty damn sure. Heaven forbid all that. But just any racetrack, don't you think you would look like left and right, like I'm crossing a road? Let's make sure I can cross this racetrack. I swear to God, every time I see these people on a racetrack or crossing a racetrack where they almost get hit or something like that, or they get ran over, they never are looking. They never let me look left, right before I cross this just to make sure, because it's a fucking racetrack. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. So this chick's not looking any direction at all. And she starts walking. I mean, it's like she's probably off the track by what, maybe 6 or 9 feet or something, you know what I'm saying? Jett Lawrence pretty much totally dodged her. She was turned almost the complete other. It's like she was walking away, kind of sort of from where the riders were coming from. So she didn't really see anything. How the hell she didn't hear that? I have no idea. But Jett Lawrence goes around the outside over, barely misses her, and then Cooper Webb's right there behind her. She sees Jett Lawrence, right? Zoom right past her. All of a sudden she freaks out. She starts backtracking, kind of trying to go back in the center of the track where she was coming from, okay? Cooper Webb decides to go inside. She's holding 30-second boards and shit, right? Cooper Webb kind of runs into her a little bit, I think they make a little contact, but she kind of falls into the mud, right, with the 30-second boards and shit. Cooper Webb gets by without too much harm there, right? Bro, what on earth? I mean, when I was watching that, I was like, what's going on here? Are we gonna get a red flag? Is this chick alive? What the hell's going on? Basically, AMA just treated it like nothing even happened. Just keep the race going. Maybe that was the right move. I don't know. I guess at that point it probably was, because I think if anything, it just barely hurt Cooper Webb. Probably, I bet you it scared all them boys up there at the front. Holy shit, kind of, messed up their focus a little bit, which is super dangerous. I mean, first of all, because them guys are so locked in on that track. They're so focused. You throw a random monster girl, walking out in the middle of the track on the first lap of a 450 main event, that is dangerous as shit for everybody involved, right? I just still don't understand. I mean, all she would have had to have done is looked left and right. Look left and right. This is a simple rule, guys. Anytime you're crossing a street, I don't care if it's a If it's a crosswalk, I don't care if, you know, if you're a grandma walking across the neighborhood, you know, driveway, I don't care. Look both ways. Look both ways. You just can't be having stuff like that, dude. If you remember back to James Stewart's incident when somebody was, you know, he come up over a tabletop. I still remember that GoPro footage of that. But he comes up over a tabletop. A guy is literally just some camera dude or some shit is just walking across the track. Like right as James Stewart's coming over a tabletop, fourth wide on a 450 out front of a 450 moto. You know what I'm saying? Like, these boys are trying not to literally, you know, really hurt somebody on the track. So, and they're on dirt bikes too. So it's kind of that risky, like, it could hurt both people. But anyways, you guys remember in that James Stewart situation where he went down, like, just shortly after that guy crossed. That guy, like, that camera dude walked across track. James Stewart went over. He kind of, like, saw him, but he didn't run into him. And then it was, like, the very next corner or the next corner where Stewart just, like, laid it over, and that basically killed his whole championship. Okay, we pretty much had, like, a championship get ruined from this kind of shit before, okay? It wouldn't have shocked me to have seen, like, Jett Lawrence wreck in the next rhythm, or Cooper Webb, you know, freak out and wreck in the next rhythm just from the shock of it. Like, holy shit, why the hell is there a person walking across the track? I'm fourth wide on my 450. What is this girl doing? You know what I'm saying? So, that's like, I'm just going to say right now, that girl should honestly never be let back on a track. Like, straight up, anybody that ever gets involved in a situation like that should be banned from getting on the actual arena floor from any future racing track racing of any kind. Like, you obviously don't understand, you know, safety protocol and looking, you know, just like personal safety, looking left and right before you cross the track. You should do that regardless. I mean, that should just be like habit for you to do that. Especially if you're a 32nd card girl. Especially if you know the 450s just took off for their main. It's like she totally forgot that the bikes were going to be coming around that area, or all these kind of people that are standing on these tracks that it's like they think they can just run across the track real quick before something gets to them or something happens. Well, shit, at least look before you do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like she just blindly was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm just gonna, let's see if I can get across this track right here. There's a 450 main event going on. Yeah, they're just coming around. You're picking the worst possible timing to walk across the track. What are you doing? Oh, bro. This is insane. So anyways, definitely let me know down in the comments what you boys thought about it. But I just thought this was... I mean, I haven't seen it in so long. It's such a rare thing to see. And every time you see it, you just scratch your head top like, what in the absolute hell was that person thinking? Like, Jett just got lucky where the chick had no clue. I mean, completely oblivious to anything going on around her. She's probably thinking about, you know, I don't know, going shopping at Target or some shit. But, you know... Jett comes around, you know, lucky enough, he's able to just dodge her before she even realizes what the hell's going on. By the time she realizes and jumps to the inside, then Cooper Webb's right there, so he kind of got the shit end of the stick. But as far as, you know, the breaking their mental focus, I think it probably evenly affected both Jett and, you know, Cooper Webb. Maybe a little bit more on Cooper Webb, because he even said in his post-race interview, like, he's like, I thought I ran into her. I didn't know if everybody else behind me also ran into her, you know. But luckily enough, she got off the track, man. Holy shit, bro. I do think at the end of the day, it was better that they just continued the race. But I also think it really did affect, you know, Cooper Webb right where he could have potentially might try to have made an early pass. You know, I'm sure that kind of made a bit of an effect on that, right? But, you know, nonetheless, everybody seems to be relatively okay from that. That's the most important thing. So, either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. I'll see y'all boys on that next one. Later, dudes.